So far we have learned about inputs and outputs and the different diagrams that we can draw, but also the exercises we can do to ensure that the classroom learns and cements their knowledge. We can go further and start adding more and more inputs and outputs. So I can go back to my app, and after I've played with some racer, I can add another input, like the tilt sensor. So here in this exercise, I get my classroom in groups of threes, and I get them to play with one another. This tilt sensor and the button and the slider will start racing on my interface, and I need to basically shake my tilt sensor and press on my button to get the cars to move, and I need to get my slider to move up and down to move the car as well. So the important thing here is to get really the whole class excited about these different sensors and actuators to move to the next level. So what we can do afterwards is we can grab a new block, like the pickup truck. The pickup truck has got more things. It's got, as we said before, a tilt sensor, a button, and the two motors, and the slider as well. So nothing too new so far, we've just added one new input. And here, we're growing the system. The system now has three functions that we can, of course, define afterwards. We've got functions that can make the car go left and right. That's the steering function with the slider. We've got the go function, which gets the car moving, and the reverse function, which makes it go backwards and forwards. We can always go back and take a screenshot and analyze it in front of the whole classroom. So as before, we have a whole system here. That's the pickup truck. We've got three inputs. We've got two outputs. And then three functions. The go function. We've got the steering function. And we've got the tilt function. Reverse function, I meant, sorry. So here, we've got steering function and go function. We can go back and start creating a diagram like we did before. So this is one new diagram that we can start creating here using the same techniques as we did before. So that's the pickup truck with inputs, with outputs. We've got the same two outputs. We've got three inputs. So we had the button, we had the slider, and we had the tilt sensor. And this is how I define my tilt sensor as well. We have one motor, two motors, one system called the pickup truck, and we can define the functions. The go function involves the button and the two motors. The steering function involves the slider and the two motors, and the tilt function involves the tilt sensor and the two motors. So we can see that we evolve step by step in quite an easy and smooth way, and we can start interacting with the classroom. Because these steps are easy, we can start asking them to draw these diagrams themselves. They might get a few mistakes, but they'll get to thinking in terms of system, inputs, outputs, and functions. So we can now move forward and go through more exercises that always follow the same trend. We've got more cars. So here I've got the police car, I've got the pickup truck, and I've got the space shuttle. I've even got the special car, and all of them follow the similar a similar pathway. We've got inputs, outputs, systems, and functions. We can play with them. We can get the class to interact and ask questions about them. And then what we do is we draw a diagram. We analyze the picture. We draw a diagram to define what the system looks like.